So today we're canning tomatoes together. It's an event that is a partnership of Island, the Institute for Sustainable Living, Art and Natural Design, and the Dhaseleer Events Barn. This is Carl over here.
Okay.
This is our third canning event of this season of canning. We did apricots and pickles, and now we're doing tomatoes. And this one's ready. But we're doing these events so that we can help folks learn how to preserve the harvest and work together to do it, kind of duplicating what people did in the past. They had community canning parties in the past to do the light, or many hands make light work kind of idea, and so that's what we're hoping to do today. We have 7 participants. There was an 8th person to fill the class, but they were unable to come at the last minute, so we limit the size to 8 so that we're able to manage all the different steps. Well, the way that you start is you clean the tomatoes, and then you end up blanching them, so you peel them, and then you bring those to a boil after you cut them up into pieces. At the same time, you're heating the clean jars. That's what's going on in here. So you heat the jars so that when you put the boiling tomatoes into the hot jars, the temperature is about the same. And then you load that into your water bath canner. And you do need to use a water bath canner to process tomatoes in order for them to be safe. And so process time for tomatoes is 45 minutes. And you also, when you load the tomatoes into the jar, you have to add an acid of some kind to also be very safe. You have to acidify tomatoes. In the past they never did that, but now we do. And so you acidify tomatoes using, we use lemon juice is what we use. So this is actually just straight up tomatoes that have been quartered and brought to a boil. And then Hilda's jars are in here, so we're going to move these inside just like we did with Sharon's. And then we're going to load jars in there and some more juice because you're not at that ½ inch yet. So I will show you how tall you have to get your jar filled. So to the bottom of that blue is where the critical headspace is. And if you overfill, oh, that looks about right. And then you can just poke that down. So then the next step is to take your handy dandy magnet here, and these tools come in a kit. You can't get them individual, which is unfortunate because sometimes you want more than one thing. But just you get your lid, and again just kind of swirl it to kind of get the sediment off. Oh, I'm skipping a step. I'm skipping a lot of steps. I'm getting ahead of myself. So I'm gonna shift this up, and then she's going to load her jar first with the lemon juice. You put 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. You want to make sure those are, And then she's going to use the spatula, what is this thing called?
Ladle.
What about this thing?
Oh,
Funnel.
She's going to use the funnel to help her fill her jar with. What the funnel does is it, obviously gets it into the jar with less spillage, but I think it makes it easier to wipe the rim too. You want to put the lemon juice in first, and then add your tomatoes up to the headspace level of a ½ inch.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So that's okay?
Yeah, that's okay. Then you need to re-wipe the rim because it's no longer clean. And you just kind of center it on the rim, and then you take your band. You preheat the lids. You don't need to boil them, and you don't need to preheat the bands. And then once that's ready, you need to put your jar. You can put your jar back into this. Probably would be okay. And you want to tighten that so it's finger tight. And I'm just going to double check it sometimes. And so I just got like a little bit of a crank left in there.
And put it back in there.
Yeah, go ahead and put it in the open spot.